Hello, and welcome back to Unveiling Buddhism. In episode 28, we delved into the 5 great dreams of Bodhisattva Siddhartha. Today, we find ourselves at a crucial moment in his journey towards enlightenment. Siddhartha was filled with a profound sense of purpose upon awakening from the 5 great dreams. Convinced that this was the day he would attain enlightenment, he set out on his alms round earlier than usual. Siddhartha soon arrived at the outskirts of the town, where a magnificent banyan tree stood in all its splendor. Recognizing the early hour, he chose to rest beneath its expansive canopy while waiting for the right time to seek alms in town. Meanwhile, Sujata, from a wealthy family, was making her way towards the same revered banyan tree from the heart of the town. Each year, on this auspicious day, she faithfully undertook this pilgrimage to pay homage to the sacred tree after the fulfillment of her prayers. In ancient India, the profound belief in the divine presence residing within the natural world, particularly trees and mountains, gave rise to a widespread tradition of reverent worship and supplication directed towards these natural wonders. As Sujata approached the sacred banyan tree, bearing her golden bowl filled with creamy milk rice as an offering, her gaze fell upon the serene figure of Siddhartha seated beneath its branches. Mistaking him for the guardian deity of the tree, Sujata respectfully extended the milk rice to him, believing him to be of divine essence. Yet, just as Sujata was about to present the offering, Siddhartha realized his alms bowl was absent. With a simple gesture, he extended his hand to receive the food offering, and Sujata, filled with reverence, placed the golden cup in his hands instead, informing him that the bowl is for him too. After consuming Sujata's offering, Siddhartha proceeded to a nearby river to cleanse himself. Then he made a profound resolution. Holding the golden cup, he initiated a test of destiny. If he were to attain Buddhahood that day, he desired for the cup to float upstream. Otherwise, downstream it would drift. With a solemn gesture, Siddhartha gently released the golden cup, allowing it to gracefully glide into the waters of the river Naranjara. What followed was a scene of awe-inspiring wonder. Drifting upstream in a miraculous display before finally submerging beneath the surface, its descent led it to a resting place among the cherished treasures of the Naga king Kala, deep within the river's depths. There, the golden cup collided with the vessels of past Buddhas, emitting a resounding metallic sound. It found its place beneath the other cups of Buddha Kakusanda, Kunagamana, and Kassapa, symbolizing Siddhartha's path to join their ranks.
Do you mean there is more than one Buddha?
Yes, there is more than one Buddha. Buddhas appear in the world to show and guide all beings along the path to enlightenment. Therefore, prior to Siddhartha, there were other Buddhas, and in the future, more Buddhas will appear too. We will explore this topic in greater detail in the following episodes, so stay tuned. After washing up, Siddhartha spent the day engaging in breathing meditation. He swiftly unlocked profound states of jhana, the deep meditative state, and attained the 5 super knowledges, or abhina, also known as superpowers. These superpowers endowed Siddhartha with extraordinary abilities. He could manipulate the elements at will, walking on water as if it were land, or traversing through walls as effortlessly as through air. Furthermore, he developed divine ears and eyes, enabling him to perceive distant sights and sounds, transcending the realms of existence. Additionally, Siddhartha acquired the ability to read minds and recollect his past lives. With his mental training for the day complete, Siddhartha refreshed himself with a dip in the river. Emerging from his bath, he encountered Sotiya, a Brahmin grass cutter who offered him 8 handfuls of grass. Siddhartha, carrying the grass, ascended to a high ground beneath the majestic Bodhi tree, where he fashioned a meditation seat facing east. With the Bodhi tree as his backdrop, Siddhartha made a solemn declaration. He vowed to remain seated until he attained Buddhahood, even if it meant his body withering away entirely, leaving only skin, sinews, and bones. As Siddhartha settled into his meditation seat, divine beings from various heavens gathered to witness this monumental moment. However, as Siddhartha's enlightenment drew near, Vasavadi Mara marshaled his armies from the realm of Vasavadi heaven. Transforming into terrifying forms, Mara's forces surged towards Siddhartha with weapons drawn. Sensing the impending threat, the celestial beings fled in fear, leaving Siddhartha alone beneath the Bodhi tree. Undeterred by Mara's formidable army, Siddhartha remained seated, his resolve unshaken. Mara found himself unable to enter the immediate vicinity of the Bodhi tree, forced to encircle the area with his vast forces. Surveying the scene, Siddhartha remained steadfast, drawing strength from the virtues he had perfected over countless lifetimes. With unwavering determination, he prepared to confront Mara's forces, relying solely on the merits of his perfected virtues. Unable to directly confront Bodhisattva Siddhartha, Mara and his army resorted to launching a relentless assault. They hurled a barrage of missiles, stones, burning coals, sharp weapons, water, fire, and more. Yet, as these weapons approached Siddhartha, they transformed into flowers and pleasant offerings. Frustrated by his failed attack, Mara conjured illusions of terrifying scenes and monstrous forms, attempting to shroud the world in darkness. But Siddhartha, emanating a network of light rays, effortlessly dispelled these illusions. Throughout Mara's onslaught, Siddhartha maintained unwavering compassion towards him, likening Mara's actions to those of a misbehaving child, lost in ignorance and tantrums. Siddhartha then admonished Mara for his egoism, warning him of the dire consequences of his actions.
Mara, why are you doing this? Do you realize the weighty consequences of your actions? When your merit is exhausted, the lower realms will be your next destination.
I am doing this because you are occupying my seat. Leave your seat, and I will stop.
Mara, you claim this seat is yours. Who is your witness?
My entire army is my witness.
Your witnesses are not reliable and biased, but my witness is impartial to all as it is inanimate. This seat of enlightenment belongs to one who has perfected their virtues.
Touching the ground, Siddhartha invoked the earth to attest to his accumulation of perfections. In an instant, thunderous sounds echoed through the sky and mountains, overwhelming Mara and his armies with fear of a catastrophic event. Without a second thought, Mara fled the scene along with his army. With Mara's forces in retreat, Siddhartha emerged victorious before sunset on the full moon day of May, Visakha, in the year 528 before the Common Era. In that manner, he became the conqueror of the entire realm of sentient beings, attaining a state free from harm, danger, and fear. As Siddhartha sat in meditation, his mind pure, bright, and fearless, he directed it towards attaining supreme knowledge. Throughout the night, in successive stages, he acquired the 3 realizations. In the early part of the night, Siddhartha recollected all his past existences and realized the absence of inherent existence of a self. Just before midnight, he acquired the ability to know the past lives of all beings and the causes of their rebirths. Finally, on that night, Siddhartha gained the knowledge of the extinction of impurities, putting an end to the endless cycle of rebirth in samsara. This marks the third and final realization. And so, after attaining the third realization on the full moon night of May, Bodhisattva Siddhartha achieved enlightenment to become a Buddha, illuminating the world with his enlightened wisdom and qualities, and ushering in an era of profound wisdom and compassion.
Wow, the story indeed holds a captivating allure, but one may find it somewhat mythical and fictional. Are these accounts real? Do they possess a deeper significance or a hidden moral? Should we interpret them literally or view them as metaphorical?
Well, aren't you just full of delightful inquiries? Many people perceive Buddhist stories as akin to fairy tales. Yet, it's essential to remember that tales from ancient times served as entertaining and educational tools for the general population. As we delve deeper into the Buddha's life stories and teachings in this series, we gain a better understanding of their significance. There's much more to explore, but it's impossible to cover everything in this episode alone. Remember to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and share this series with others. Stay tuned for more, and join us in the next episode as we unveil the messages in today's story.